So I'll just have a little look where we're up to. We'll do an invocation first, but we're up to an awesome section in the Tao text. So just, I don't know whether you guys still get what I mean when I say the Tao texts, okay? Master Sha has wrote 3 Tao books, right? All of his books mention the divine and Tao. And obviously now it's Tao calligraphy, but in terms of actual Tao texts for the Tao journey, he's wrote 3 books. The Tao 1, the Tao 2, and I'm just going to get this one out because this is a lovely, lovely text. If you get a lovely book, if you can get it. I've just noticed it's here. I've got it here. And this one. This is, it's not called the Tao 3, but it is the Tao 3. The Tao Classic of Longevity and Immortality. This book. It's a thinner book. This is all just breaking down a mantra. Okay. And the diagrams in this book are really beautiful. They're really clear and they're really awesome.
What's it called, Nick?
Tao Classic of Longevity and Immortality. I found out who's in charge of what books and products are left, and it's Lex. So I was touch base with Lex yesterday. I sent him a text, but he hasn't got back to me. So there might be some of these around. I might be able to get you guys these anyway, because I'm pretty sure Trevor that joined us on the Love Peace Harmony, I'm pretty sure he's got a few of these. And if he has, I'll get them out to you guys. This is awesome, but this is the 3rd one. So when I'm saying text, obviously the book is a text, but he's received 3 Tao mantras, if you like. Okay, so this one is 75 lines, the Tao 1. So this book is given some wisdom and philosophy on the Tao. And then it's wisdom on every line. He's explaining what every line of the 75 lines means, okay? The Tao 2 book is the same, but only the text that he received for that book is 220 lines. So that book has the introduction of Jindan Dao Dao Shulian, and the Tao, it's called the Immortal Tao text. So you actually, there was an old student, I don't know whether he's still with Master Sha, I don't know, but when the Tao 2 text was going on, he was about 85, 90, and he was Chinese, so he learned the 220 lines fast. And I remember him getting on stage and was showing Master Sha, he was growing teeth back that he hadn't had for like 30 years. So that's 220 lines. And that book is explained on the line. So whenever I say the Tao 1 text or the Tao 2 text, I'm actually not just talking about the book. I'm talking about the mantra for each book. This one is slightly less. Again, this is not 220 lines. This is a smaller one. But this is really massive on building the Tao light body. This is building a Jindan, right? For all 10 spaces in the body and all 5 elements in the body. And then we can, that's why I'm not exactly going page for page through these books. I'm going section by section because I still want to get through them. You know what I mean? There's a lot in this book. So if we get through the Tao 1, we'll go on to the Tao 2. And then when you get through the Tao 2, we'll go on to this. And if you do the practice along the way, I guarantee you'll gain the benefits, all of us, okay? So this part of this mantra where we're up to today is a very important part of Taoist alchemy, okay? So I'll just read it out. But first, I'm just going, sorry?
Sorry, Nick, what page is that, please?
Yeah, it's 175.
Thank you.
That's okay. So I'll just finish the one little section. He speaks about the mantra Shen Qi Jing Hui, okay? In fact, chanting or singing this mantra is one of the most important Tao practices for your daily life. To join all souls, all energy, all matter, In the body, all systems, all organs, all cells as one is a sacred practice. It is one of the most powerful practices for boosting energy, stamina, vitality, and immunity. It is also one of the most powerful techniques for self-healing. All of your sicknesses, including your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. There is no time limit to how much you can chant. The more you chant, the more benefits you could receive. One of you guys, if you can, just remind me at the end, before we close, to just share, if I forget, my idea with a short Love, Peace, Harmony presentation on Zoom. If someone can make a note of that, I'd really appreciate it. And before we go into this section of the text, we'll do an invocation. So I invite everyone to just close your eyes. And rest your awareness on your breath. And bring your awareness to the physical body. The rise and fall of the physical body. To your senses, what you can smell, you can taste, you can feel, what you can hear. And also bring your awareness, or just be aware of, space. The spaciousness around the sound, the feeling, the body. And love and appreciate the manifested body and anything in the world and anything in your life. But be aware of the space that everything arises from and returns to. And allow that to help you and me to detach. Just as you let go of the exhale, let go of anything that's going on in your life, any thoughts, any feelings. And even when we invoke the soul world, have a love and appreciation for the souls we invoke, but also have a detachment there. It's a very different relationship. It's a very different relationship with our loved ones as well. You can just love them. It's where unconditional love comes from, actually, because there's no conditions or expectations on it. You can just love them for who they are, how they are. But fully detached. So we'll invoke the soul world. Dear Shen Qi Jing of the divine, all layers of divine, Lao Qianye, Qian Wai Qian divine. If you haven't heard me mention Qian Wai Qian divine, Qian Wai Qian divine is our God. But there are layers of divine. You can ask questions on this later if you want. Every layer that's older and older is Lao Qianye, okay? It's the great grandfather. Master Shah's actually found that there is, in his journey, there is many layers, infinite layers of divine. But when you hear about God in the Bible and all the different religions' gods, it's Qian Wai Qian divine. Qian Wai Qian means the heaven beyond the heavens. and then the Tao. All layers of divine are children of Tao. Okay, Tao is the fundamental source of all life, of heaven and earth. And again, anything I'm sharing, just detach from it. Even if you have a lot of questions arise in the mind, allow them to be, but don't attach to the question. You can ask them. I love you. I love questions, but just let them go for now. If you have a physical teacher, please call them, see them. The Yuanling, all enlightened souls, all the Taoist saints connected with these texts, and all the Taoist saints connected to all the Taoist teachings, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Jesus, Mary, all healing angels, archangels, Akashic record, workers, keepers, leaders, ascended masters, lamas, gurujis, kahunas, generals and soldiers, all enlightened souls, all Hindu saints, Rinpoches, from all directions. We love you, honor you, and appreciate you. Please be present. These help us digest and absorb this wisdom. The Tien Diren, heaven, earth, human beings, and all life in between. Anyone or anything we've ever hurt or harmed in this life or past lives, please forgive us. Anyone that's ever hurt us or our ancestors, we love and forgive you. We're grateful for the experience. May we join as one in love, peace, and harmony. We invite you to join this practice and do surely with us. The all divine Tao treasures, downloads, orders, soul and body transplants, calligraphies, saints, animals, healing treasures within the calligraphies, please turn on. We're truly grateful. You're the soul of this mantra we're about to learn. Please bless us. So, when you're ready, you can open your eyes or you can stay in a state of meditation. Next line, Shen, Sheng, Jing. It means kidneys create Jing. Shen means kidneys, Sheng means create, Jing means matter. Therefore, Shen, Sheng, Jing means kidneys create matter. This matter is for the whole body. Therefore, to strengthen the kidneys is one of the most important secrets for boosting energy, vitality, stamina, and immunity, and for healing, preventing sickness, rejuvenating, and transforming all life. Just a quick one on this topic, because it doesn't really mention it too much in the books, okay? But when we look at intercourse, sex, okay, it's not good or bad, but in spiritual practice, if you're going to use sexual practice, the goal is to actually channel sexual energy upwards, okay? So you can actually have internal orgasms without ejaculating. Ejaculation is typically for reproduction. When you see now a lot of I've met a lot of people who are addicted. I've had people come out and reach out to me who are addicted to porn. Okay, porn, for example, is a perversion on a sacred practice, and the sexual energy goes downwards. Okay, and it's released, and negative entities actually feed off that. That's why that's such a dark industry. So when people are ejaculating a lot, okay, this is a massive drain on kidneys and kidney energy. So I just thought I'd share that. It came to me. How can you strengthen your kidneys? Tao practice has many techniques to boost kidney power. One of the most powerful practices is to simply chant Shen, Sheng, Jing. We'll chant this, but he's suggesting we chant it now, but we'll chant it as the whole mantra. Chant for at least 3 minutes, silently or aloud. But you need to chant a lot. You can chant anywhere, anytime. The more you chant, the stronger your kidneys will become. The more you chant, the more you will rejuvenate. The more you chant, the more you will prolong your life. And back on what I said then, it's obviously, it makes sense that it's such a drain on the kidneys, because with that practice, you are creating another life. That's why we pull so much energy. Two beings having intercourse pulls so much energy, because you're fundamentally using that energy to create another life. Okay, second line, Jing Sheng Sui. Okay, Jing creates the spinal cord. In Tao teachings, in Tao teaching and in traditional Chinese medicine, the kidneys produce Jing. Jing creates Sui. To have strong kidneys is to have strong Jing. To have strong Jing is to have strong Sui. In traditional Chinese medicine, Sui includes bone marrow and the spinal cord. They are all interconnected. Jing goes through two invisible energy holes in the tailbone. There's another beautiful practice for this in this book. We can do that separate. So Jing goes through two invisible energy holes in the tailbone into the spinal cord to nourish the spinal cord. This is how Jing Sheng Sui happens. Okay. Remember to chant a lot, but this kind of practice, there is no limit. Chant for your whole life. Chant every day. Chant every moment. The more you chant, the more your healing, rejuvenation, and longevity will benefit. A lot of people have bad backs. I've suffered with bad backs in my life. Okay, this practice is very good for healing your back. Sui Chung Nao. Okay, spinal cord fills brain. In modern anatomy, the brain and spinal cord belong to the central nervous system. In traditional Chinese medicine and Tao teaching, the spinal cord nourishes or fills the brain, and the brain is the sea of bone marrow. Little hidden gem there. This is a matter connection and an energy connection. The practice is again simple, direct. Directly chant Sui Chung Nao as a mantra. I have shared a one-sentence secret about sound power and chanting mantras. You are the mantra. Whatever you chant is what you become. What you chant is what you become. What you chant is what will happen. How does it work? I will explain further as we go through more of the Tao text. Let us chant together now for 3 minutes to strengthen our spinal cord and nourish our brains. We're going to do this mantra now. Always practice for at least 3 minutes per time. The more you practice, the better. You cannot do this practice too much. In fact, you cannot do it enough. We understand how important the spinal cord and brain are. We need to do this practice a lot. The more you practice, the faster you can heal and rejuvenate. The next line, Nao Shen Ming. Mind reaches enlightenment. This is very powerful Tao teaching. In order to reach mind enlightenment, one of the secrets is to chant Nao Shen Ming. Let's chant together. We'll keep going because I'm going to do the whole thing. So we have learned Shen Sheng Jing, kidneys produce Jing. Jing Sheng Sui, Jing creates the spinal cord. Sui Chung Nao, spinal cord fills and nourishes the brain. Nao Shen Ming, mind reaches enlightenment. This is a beautiful alchemical mantra, this one. In fact, they are all interconnected one step at a time. They form a chain reaction. Put them together to chant now. So that's what we're going to chant now. So in all of the Tao text, the 75 lines, the 220 lines, or so many lines in this one. think it's 145 of them. But they all have different aspects of the Taoist teachings in the mantras. So as you chant them, they're all basically telling a story. I actually started writing a book where it was like for kids, and it was trying to fit each line and meaning into like a story. So 146 lines is in this mantra. But we'll just do this mantra. So the Shen Sheng Jing, I'm going to share my screen because I wrote it out for you guys quickly. That's why I was late getting on. There it is. The Shen Sheng Jing, Jing Sheng Sui, Sui Chong Nao, Nao Shen Ming. Please help to boost our kidney energy, produce Jing, create, nourish our spinal cord, fill our brains so we reach mind enlightenment. Has anyone on the line before we start done my Tao Alchemy meditation on SoundCloud?
I done it once, but it's a while ago.
So in that mantra, in that practice, that's from the Power of Soul book. That's a secret practice from high in the Wudang Mountains. Master Sha said, if you wanted to try and get that practice from a Taoist master, it could take 30, 40 years to even get close to the master to learn that. And he shared that with humanity. That's a breathing practice, okay? That is transforming matter to energy, energy to spirit or soul, soul to emptiness, emptiness to Tao within the body. So if you guys haven't done that, you should do that. It doesn't take long. It's very, very effective and powerful practice. But this mantra is very powerful as well. So I'll chant it, and whenever you want to jump in and sing along, just sing along. And we're going to see light, mind power. We're going to see light coming from Tiandi-Den, heaven, earth, humanity, and the Tao into the kidneys. Kidneys are going to produce matter. Then that energy is going to go into the base of the spine, nourish the spinal cord. It's going to nourish the brain. We're going to reach mind enlightenment. Okay. Shen Sheng Jing, Jing Sheng Sui, Sui Chong Nao, Nao Shen Ming, Shen Sheng Jing, Jing Sheng Sui, Sui Chong Nao, Nao Shen Ming, Shen Sheng Jing, Jing Sheng Sui, Sui Chong Nao, Nao Shen Ming. You see light in the kidneys. Shen Sheng Jing, kidneys produce Jing. Jing Sheng Sui, Jing creates, nourishes the spinal cord. So the energy from the kidneys goes into the base of the spine, moves up the spine, nourishing the spine. Sui Chung now. Spinal cord fills the brain with light. Now Shen Ming. Mind reaches enlightenment. What does that mean? Moving beyond human thinking. Pure light. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Hands on your kidneys. Feel the heat in your kidneys. Shen Jing. Kidneys create Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Jing creates spinal cord. Sui Chang now. Spinal cord fills the brain. Now Shen Ming. Mind reaches enlightenment. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Shen Jing. Jing Sheng Sui. Sui Chang now. Now Shen Ming. Close your eyes. See light coming from 360 degrees into the lower abdomen, building the Jindan. From the Jindan, nourishing the kidneys. We'll do the mantra that's on SoundCloud, okay? While we're in this space. So, light is constantly coming into the Jindan. Jindan is giving golden light to the kidneys. And we're going to take a deep breath in and hold and say silently, kidneys produce Jing. Kidneys produce Jing. I'll say it, you say it silently. And on the last one, you want to exhale all your air and say kidneys produce Jing. You see golden light there. So deep inhale through the nose. Silently say kidneys produce Jing. Kidneys produce Jing. Kidneys produce Jing. Kidneys produce Jing. Exhale. Kidneys produce Jing. Breathe normal, naturally. And I see this golden light going into the two invisible holes at the base of the spinal cord. Energy never travels in a straight line, so it's spiraling, okay? Strong visualization. This golden light, as it enters the base of the spine, turns into rainbow light as it circles up the spine. We're going to put one hand on the back, one hand over the lower abdomen still, the Jindan, one hand on the top of our spine. And you're going to inhale when I say and hold the breath and say, Jing transforms to Qi. So deeper inhale. Silently, Jing transforms to Qi. Jing transforms to Qi. Jing transforms to Qi. Jing transforms to Qi. Exhale slowly. Jing transforms to Qi. Breathe naturally. So now we've got light coming into the Jindan. Golden light in the kidneys. Golden light transforms to rainbow light up the spine. We're going to put our hand on our head. Rainbow light leaves the spine and fills the brain with purple light. Qi transforms to Shen. Energy transforms to soul. Deep breath in through the nose. Silently say, Qi transforms to Shen. Qi transforms to Shen. Qi transforms to Shen. Qi transforms to Shen. Exhale slow. Qi transforms to Shen. See this whole process. Infinite light coming into the Jindan. Golden light in the kidneys. Kidneys produce Jing. Golden light to rainbow light. Jing transforms to Qi up the spinal cord. Qi leaves the spine, fills the head with purple light. Qi transforms to Shen. Shen comes down the center channel to the heart. Put one hand on the heart. Purple light transforms to crystal light. Shen transforms to Shu. Shu is emptiness in the heart. Deep inhale. Silently. Shen transforms to Shu. Shen transforms to Shu. Shen transforms to Shu. Shen transforms to Shu. Exhale. Shen transforms to Shu. Breathe naturally. Jindan light. Golden light in the kidneys produce Jing. Golden light Jing transforms to Qi. Rainbow light up the spine. Qi transforms to Shen. Purple light. Spirit, soul in the head. Shen transforms to Shu. Crystal light in the heart. This energy then, this light goes to the lingam. In between the heart chakra and the physical heart is the Yuanshen, soul temple, right? Lingam. The crystal light transforms to a more pure, refined crystal light in the lingam. Shu transforms to Tao, Tao in the heart. Min Xin Jian Xin, enlighten your heart to see your true self. Key in Buddhism and Taoism, okay? See your true self. Why can't we see the Yuanshen? The tunnel of the heart is too polluted with desires, blockages, angers, attachments. This is purifying the lingam so we can see our true self. So hand over the lingam. Pure, bright, Tao light, crystal light in the lingam. Your true home, your true self. Shu transforms to Tao. Deep inhale. Shu transforms the Tao. Shu transforms the Tao. Shu transforms the Tao. Shu transforms the Tao. Exhale. Shu transforms the Tao. Jing to Qi, Qi to Shen, Shen to Shu, Shu to Tao. Jing to Qi, Qi to Shen, Shen to Shu, Shu to Tao. Jing to Qi, Qi to Shen, Shen to Shu, Shu to Tao. This process is a silent practice. I was just saying it so you could follow me. You can do this anywhere. This is transforming matter to energy, energy to spirit, spirit to emptiness, emptiness to Tao. This is the Tao journey. It's a massive secret that Master Sha has released to humanity. We're very, very grateful for practices like that. Thank you to Shen Shen Jing, Jing Shen Shui, Shui Shen Now, Now Shen Ning. Now drop everything. We'll just sit in silence for a little bit. And just scan how the body feels and how the mind is feeling, how the heart is feeling. I'm talking about myself now. Been with Master Sha for only 12 years. I still cannot comprehend the blessings in these practices, the power and significance of these practices. I don't know what we've done to receive these practices. So many of humanity, even who are on the earth today, will never find out about these. How. Thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Before we do Jin Dan Da Dao Shu Lians, I want to share how they went with that practice. Or them practices, should I say.
I don't know, I think I go somewhere else, but it's, I sort of go into a void. It's very, very relaxing.
That's good. Check this out. And thanks for sharing, and we'll come back to it, but I've just literally skipped over to see where we're starting next week. And we're starting from transform Jing to Shu, Qi to Shen, Shen to Shu, Shu to Tao. So that second practice we did is where we're starting next week. Yeah, when you say you go into a void and you go into emptiness, Master Sha says even with the Jin Dan Da Dao Shu Lian practice, he says let the mantra take you to Ding. Okay, so Ding means stillness. Okay, so he said, you know, you just say your chat, and in the Jin Dan Da Dao Shu Lian of the Dao 2 text, he says you might chant Jin Dan Da Dao Shu Lian once. It's very good. If you keep practicing it, you may have just a few seconds, or you may have a few minutes or hours of emptiness, like what you're explaining, like the void just gone. He said that is where the deep purification happens. Okay, you're not asleep. That is where purification is taking place. That is when you're out of human thinking and you're melding more and more with emptiness, closer to the Tao. So it's a good space to be in. So thanks for sharing. Anyone else want to share anything?
How do you know the difference between that and sleeping if you're out in both instances?
From personal experience, they're completely different for me. Yeah, I know when I fell asleep, and I know when I'm out. And anyone who's I know who's been on like sort of this journey and says the same thing. I don't know really. There's no dreams, for example. I'm not saying if you had a little cat nap, you dream, but there's no dreams. You can have third eye images, but it's funny because I actually don't know how to answer that properly, to be honest with you. But I reckon just keep practicing. Hopefully you'll be. I think another part of it as well, to touch on that, is if you're entering the practice tired. So in Buddhism, they say if you're lethargic and you're nodding off as you're doing the practice, it's very different, okay, than actually having an experience of being in that state or knocked out. So I know if I've had a big day at work, come on, honey, good girl, good girl. If I've had a big day at work and I sit on like a couch like this, I can't meditate on a couch like this. I teach you guys because of the setup in the living room like this, but I sit on like I have my own cushion and my own setup. I've got to be upright. Because if I've had a big day's work and I'm feeling tired physically and mentally, if I sit down like this, then I'll feel like I'm falling asleep. It's very different for me. I'm tired already. But sometimes if I go into a practice and I'm really alert, now, like I give you an example. When we did the last Dabe Shui, which is chanting the Dabe Zhou 49 times for the water, when we blessed the water, it's me and Danielle were chanting together, and I could really feel the frequency getting higher and higher, and it was strenuous to actually stay there. And when I turned around, Danielle was just gone. But it's definitely a different feeling. How would you answer that question, Danielle? Cheryl's just said, how can you tell the difference between, she just asked, between falling asleep and knowing you're knocked out? Or in that space of emptiness, you know, when you have that. Yeah, she's answered the same. She just come in and answered the same. She said it's a completely different feeling. You have to experience it yourself. I mean, if I was to ask Julie, who shared initially, do you feel different from being asleep than the feeling you have when you've just done that?
Yeah, it is a bit hard to explain. It's like you're not really here. It's like you're somewhere else. You're sort of detached from where you are, and I can hear you. And it's like when you stop, when you stop talking, I would just love to stay there. I don't really want to come back. It is different sleeping, because with sleeping, you just fall asleep. It's like you're very relaxed. But with this, although you're relaxed, it's quite blissful. Yeah, it's not like sleep.
And just while we're on this topic, guys, if you're ever letting your family know you're going to do a meditation, just always say, if you ever come in and I'm slouched over, don't wake me up or don't move me. Okay, it's actually important that you come round on your own. You don't have to go too much into that teaching, but there's some incredible stories of people who master like astral projection, and they need the disciples to stay with the body and not move the body. Okay, you can't move the body. We can talk about that on another date, but another time. Anyone else want to share, or do you want to jump on to the? We'll do a Jin Dan Da Dao Shulian practice.
On that topic, Nick,
Yep.
I'm kind of, when I come out of it, I'm aware I've been in a different place. Not necessarily where, but I know I've been in a different place compared to when I wake up after sleeping. That knowing isn't there when I've been sleeping. And the body awareness still stays, because when someone ends the practice, I come out of it not even being aware that I've heard them end the practice. If I've fallen asleep, I often stay asleep till after the whole thing's over.
No, thanks for sharing. I will say this as well. Like I shared a interview in the group this week with Dr. Serkis. I like Dr. Serkis. I've followed them for years, but he's actually saying how good CDS is in it. But while I was watching that, and I've been getting so much insight lately into, it's all good It's all effective, all these different remedies and things for healing the body. But in my own experience, there's really nothing like doing a full hour's chanting minimum of a sacred mantra. I've literally, it's just come to me because we're talking about this topic. I've felt like I've been going through a lot of testing in the past. Like I've really just don't know what's up, down, left, right. And I thought I just need to just get down and chant a mantra. And I've just set myself up and I've chanted a mantra. And at first it was hard and I've just grinded it out and I've chanted for like an hour or 2 hours. And literally stepping up and leaving my meditative bow down at the end, gong song, whatever, opening my eyes. It's like somebody's turned the lights on and the colors look different. My actual awareness looks different. I've experienced that so many times. There's seriously nothing in my experience that comes close to purifying through chanting a mantra for the benefit of all beings. It is an incredible healing tool. Yeah, I've got so many stories like that, but you know, you're literally changing frequency. Sickness is a lowering of frequency, whether it's Joe Dispenza or Andreas Kalka, the way they explain it, low energy, low frequency, low emotions is fundamentally stress and sickness. High frequency, high energy is health. Yeah, you know, Tibetan rainbow body and practices like this, what are they doing? They're raising their frequency so much that they literally their bodies are vibrating out of this reality. They only leave behind their fingernails and their hair. So chanting a high vibrational mantra, bringing in that frequency and melding with it. That frequency is not coming down to you. You get me? You're going up to it. Okay? Bitter sea, all the fighting and anger and jealousy, competition, the bitter sea, as Master Sha calls it. You make a connection to God. You chant Tao light, divine light, love, peace, harmony, wherever you chant it for an hour for the benefit of all beings, which is aligning with God, with the Tao. You are raising your Shen Qi Jing to meld with that, and you become a different person, literally. This is why true spiritual practitioners, like Buddhist practitioners, and that their face changes big time. You look at Master Sha, his appearance, he has changed dramatically. He's always had a lovely face for me. He's always had a very happy face, but he's softened so much as he's got older. I'm not saying I'm anything to look at, but if you actually looked at a picture of me now and a picture of me when I was, you know, in my 20s, we were only talking about this the other day. Everyone used to say I looked mean. Everyone who knew me knew I wasn't. But everyone whoever, like when I remember started working in a place and my mate worked there, and I went for an interview, and then they were all in England, and they were all saying, "Oh, mate, he looks so mean. He looks so angry. Is he this? Is he that or the other?" I looked harder in the face before I started doing spiritual practice, and it's obviously because it opens your heart, softens you up, and all the rest of it. But there's nothing like chanting a mantra for transforming everything in your life for the better, including your health. Any questions on that, or we get into this practice?
Thanks for sharing, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you. Sharing is so important. Thanks for the acknowledging, Cheryl. You're always good at that. I appreciate it. Lovely having you. Guys, I'm going to mute myself. So, dear Jindan Da Dao Shulian, Jing Qi Shen Shu Dao, He of Qian Di Ren Wan Wu Chuan Yu Jiu, which is the energy, matter, soul, emptiness, Dao, meld with Dao for all beings in our Jindan. Please, all beings, all our loved ones, anyone we've ever hurt, harmed, all humanity, all the heavenly bodies, the sun, the moon, the stars, Mother Earth, please all come to our Jindan. Oceans, rivers, mountains, see them, whatever comes to your mind, see them in your Jindan. We chant Jindan Da Dao Shulian to build the Jindan to progress all beings on their Dao journey. We are so grateful.
Jin Dan Da Dao Xiu Lian天之经，地之经，人之经，天地人之经，万物之经，全宇宙之经，皆是道之经。嘿呀哟咦，嘿呀哟咦，嘿呀哟咦，嘿呀哟咦，嘿呀哟咦呀。天之气，地之气，人之气，天地人之气，万物之气，全宇宙之气，皆是道之气。哼呀哟咦，哼呀哟咦，哼呀哟咦，哼呀哟咦，哼呀哟咦呀。天之神，地之神，人之神，天地人之神，万物之神，全宇宙之神，皆是道之神。轰呀哟咦，轰呀哟咦，轰呀哟咦，轰呀哟 天秩序，地秩序，人秩序，天地人秩序，万物秩序，全宇宙秩序，皆是道秩序。啊呀哟咦，啊呀哟咦，啊呀哟咦，啊呀哟咦，啊呀哟咦呀。天之道，地之道，人之道，天地人之道，万物之道，全宇宙之道，皆是大道。西呀哟咦，西呀哟咦，西呀哟咦，西呀哟咦，西呀哟咦呀。天精气神虚道合一，地精气神虚道合一，人精气神虚道合一，天地人精气神虚道合一，万物精气神虚道合一，全宇宙精气神虚道合一，皆是与道合一。咿呀哟咦，咿呀哟咦，咿呀哟咦，咿呀哟咦，咿呀哟 天金丹，地金丹，人金丹，天地人金丹，万物金丹，全宇宙金丹，皆是道金丹。嗡呀哟音，嗡呀哟音，嗡呀哟音，嗡呀哟音，嗡呀哟音呀。天与道合真，地与道合真，人与道合真，天地人与道合真，万物与道合真，全宇宙与道合真，皆是与道合真。有呀有音，有呀有音，有呀有音，有呀有音，有呀有音呀。
Thank you. You answered my question today. I'm happy that you showed us the figure with the and pointing to the arrows of where the energy flows. Thank you.
No problem. We're just gonna play one more. I can find it. Just visualize your Jindan now. Just focus on the Jindan, listen to the mantra, and just see light coming from heaven, air, and the Tao.
愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也，报愿受益严谨也。
Orion Shoei Engineer is actually balance and yin yang as well. Energies. So much in that mantra. Baoyan Shoei literally means visualize golden light, golden ball in your lower abdomen. Also means put your mind on oneness. So the lower dantian is the Tao. It is wholeness. All things there. Yen Jin Ye is absorb the essence of heaven and earth. Bao Yan Shui is Tao. Yen Jin Ye, heaven and earth. And there's even more deeper meanings in that mantra. I'm still going to make the movement video for you guys. I'm sorry I haven't got around to that yet. But we'll just spend a few minutes and rest your awareness on stillness, silence, spaciousness, and natural detachment, allowing things to just be as they are. Fully present. Smile. not at anything in particular. Just smile. While you're in this space, I had a thought today in work to maybe do a love, peace, harmony presentation on Zoom, where we can invite friends and family, where we go over the information and the research on how collective meditation is a genuine solution for world peace. Because as much as I've took my foot off the gas a little bit on that, it really still is the solution. And I wanted to put it to you guys to see if you would feel comfortable in inviting friends or family to something like that on Zoom. Everyone's welcome to ask any questions they want. It's designed for skeptics if you haven't seen it before. And it's very sciencey, okay, for the general average Joe. And hopefully might inspire people to either take up a little meditation in their own time or join a collective meditation somewhere that resonates with them, or even join our Love, Peace, Harmony groups. So let me know if this is something you would fancy doing. So in a couple of minutes when we open our eyes, take your time to come out of the meditation, but we're going to do the same. We're going to train the mind. So as we open our eyes, we're going to still see the Jindan in our lower abdomen. This is mind training so that we can go to work, live in the world, have communications, talk to people, make our dinner, have our eyes open and observe what's going on in the world, and we can still see light in our Jindan. So when you're ready, open into a half gaze and just stare at something in the room, or just something just a couple of meters ahead in front of you, and still see the Jindan spinning, pulsating, and still being fed light from who we invoke. And if you're losing it, close your eyes and visualize it again strong. And then open your eyes again. And then if it's staying there the whole time, maybe observe something else in the room, move around, look at different things in the room, feel the body, but also feel and see the light in the lower dantian. We'll take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Our hands in the traditional prayer position. We say, how? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Gong song, gong song, gong song. I'm going to stop the recording. And that way you can ask any questions